Mr. Will Downing, I mean, how honored am I to have you in my living room, all to myself,
whoever
all to
thought that it
myself.
was gonna, whoever thought it was gonna be like this, like we'd be doing interviews from home and from basements and living
Yeah, well,
rooms
you
and
know what?
kitchens and all that.
Can't complain. It's in some ways it's working out a little better.
In some ways,
In some
in
ways,
some ways,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
of
Listen,
course, you can't compensate for meeting someone in person and the energy and grabbing their hand for a handshake and a hug.
right there you
But
go.
the Will Downing smile is there. I mean, once you're on
Like,
screen, we can see the smile.
hey, man, and here we are. Happy to be here. Happy to be alive. Another opportunity, another day to, move forward and watch the
Yeah,
madness. The alternative ain't good. So let's go. Let's go with what
absolutely.
we got.
Absolutely. The positive mindset is of paramount importance, especially at times like this.
Hey, there you go. Yes, sir.
So I don't need to say how have you been because you've already told me you've been very well. You're coping and handling this craziness.
As much as everyone else is, I mean, listen, in a situation like this, someone can always one up you. When
Yeah.
you say, "Man, I haven't eaten in 3 days," they were like, that would be an honor if it was only 3 days. I haven't eaten in a week, two
Yeah.
weeks, three.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. There's always somebody whose t-shirt is bluer than yours.
boom, I like that. I
That's
like
right.
that. Yes, sir.
My t-shirt's blue. No, but mine's bluer.
Mine was bluer.
Yeah, that's right. So you're doing great. I can see the smile is still there. And of course, music is therapy. So
Yes, sir.
once you have music in your life, I think you've got an advantage of getting through a little more
Yeah,
than others.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes, that is very true.
Yeah.
Wise words. Absolutely.
See that? Wise words. And I've been told that from the maestro. The maestro. Take heed, people. So your journey started in Brooklyn, right? That's where
Correct,
you're
sir.
from. Where in Brooklyn?
Absolutely. All over, to be honest with you. I was born in Bed-Stuy, or back in the day they used to call it Do or Die Bed-Stuy, and this is
Bedford Stuyvesant.
Bedford-Stuyvesant, and this is
Right. Okay.
long before Biggie
Yeah.
and Mike Tyson, and I got them all beat. I was Brooklyn before they even came into the world. So yeah, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, so I lived in Bedford-Stuyvesant, or AKA Bed-Stuy,
Yeah.
and in Flatbush, and my mom and my
Now I know
sisters are still
Flatbush
there.
well. I know Flatbush well.
Okay.
Winthrop Street,
Oh
Decatur.
yeah, yeah,
That,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
I know
yeah, yeah.
Flatbush well.
Yeah,
But
listen, there's more people from the islands in Flatbush than there are probably in other countries. We always say you can find more Jamaicans and more Africans, more people from Haiti, all of that in Flatbush. There's more of them in the
yeah.
Flatbush area than there are in Jamaica, in Haiti. And so it's a little bit of everybody in
Yeah.
Flatbush.
So when did you leave Bed-Stuy?
But listen, I left. Well, we left Bed-Stuy when I was about 15, and then we moved into Flatbush, and I left Flatbush probably early 90s. And my mom is still there. My mom and my sister still live
Really?
there. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm in Brooklyn
Flatbush
all the
is a
time.
fascinating place. I remember
Yeah,
obviously coming from London, you had these ideas of America, and it's like what you see on TV, and it was nothing like that for a start. But
right.
all I saw was hairdresser shops, liquor shops.
Yeah, yeah,
Hairdresser shops, I've never seen anything like it.
yeah. Hey, listen. And then you go a couple of doors down, you get yourself a beef patty and cocoa bread.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
Hey, to be honest with you, it probably looks a lot like Brixton.
Yeah, yeah, but better, better. Like Brixton, but better.
It,
Yeah,
it, it depends. It depends on who you're asking, I guess.
that's true, I guess. Now, before we go any further, I know today is all about you. Today is all about you and your journey. But I have to say, you're married to Audrey Wheeler.
I am. How
Unlimited touch.
how unlucky is she?
I don't know about that, but I say you're lucky. You're lucky. But from one of my all-time favorite groups, Unlimited Touch.
Uh-huh.
Searching to find the one. Come on.
Yeah.
Hear
Yeah,
music
yeah.
in the street. Happy ever after. I'm in heaven.
Listen, I have to wake up to being the less talented person in my house
Oh,
every
please.
day.
Don't even try. Don't even go there.
I am the least talented person. Listen, my daughter sings, my wife sings, our dog sings. Everybody, if you're gonna be in this household, you got to do something musical. And I'm on the lower end of the scale when it comes to
I
that.
don't think so. After all, I'm calling to speak to you, not the dog or your daughter.
Listen, she wouldn't lower her standards to do an interview with me. So yeah,
Okay, that's how bad things are.
That's how the little folks get treated. Like myself, I was like, yeah, they want to be interviewed. Listen, I don't have time for that. You take this interview. I'm gonna throw you a bone. She throws me a bone every once in a while. So.
But listen, your illustrious career has just gone from strength to strength, hasn't it? I mean, you attended Erasmus.
Correct. Yes, in Brooklyn, absolutely a musical high school that a lot of music luminaries have come through there.
It really produced a lot of impressive musical people in that alumni.
Yeah, absolutely.
Clive Davis.
Yeah.
Stephanie
all
Mills.
of them. Yep. D-Train, Barbara Streisand, Kedar Massenberg, man,
a lot took over Motown, right?
Correct. Yeah, Kedar took over at Motown. As a matter of fact, Kedar saved my job. I was over, and this is a very true story. I was over at, it was all Universal. It was all owned by Universal. And I had understood and heard that all the artists from in the Black division were about to get cut. And I heard it through the grapevine. It was like, hey, we cutting everybody and we're starting fresh. And Kedar was just named the president of Motown. And he was like, yeah, we can let, all these people go. He said, but we're going to keep this guy here. And they were like, well, why? Why him? And it's like, I just want to keep him. Here's the guy and he didn't tell them that we went to high school together. Literally,
the alumni. It was what they call in the UK the old school tie.
Yes, sir. And we listen. Kedar used to sit like 2 seats away from me in class, so that was my man. It wasn't like we didn't know each other. Like we knew each other. So it was great to be able to call upon a friend, to like, hey man, can you hook a brother up? And it's like literally, can you hook? Hey, I got you, and he gave me a job, man. So it allowed me to keep going. Hook a brother up.
So from obviously college, how did the musical career start for you?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, there's a lot of different roads that kind of lead to the means to an end. Like when I came out of college, and I went to college in Richmond, Virginia, and I studied music there. When I came back to New York, I was basically kind of doing background vocals for whoever would call. I was doing like a lot of live shows and clubs around New York, and I was doing demos for writers. A publishing house would have a writer on their staff, and these people would write these songs, and they wouldn't have anyone to sing them. So then they would call someone like myself, and they pay you like $25, $50 or whatever it might be, and you come in and you sing their song. So I had done tons of those, and then people start hearing your voice, and they say, "Yeah, call this guy. Always call this dude here. He can really sing." And your name starts to circulate that you're pretty good at what you do, and then your phone just keeps ringing. So that was one aspect of it, and then I started doing like little 12-inch records under different names, and the records would do fairly well. And, you get called back to do another one and another one. And eventually it kind of led to like a solo deal in 87, I signed. And in 88, I released the self-titled album, Will Downing.
Yeah, because I think when you finally hit it big as the artist, people don't see the blood, sweat, and tears of years
Oh,
before that. And I
oh,
was speaking
man.
with Gary Hines last week, and he was saying,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
saying, well, we heard about the Sounds of Blackness in 1991,
Hmm.
but they started in 1969.
Wow.
You know what I
And
mean?
I didn't even know that. I know it was that long ago. I mean,
Yeah.
prior
So you
to
just think
the
it's
first
like
release.
this 20 years of toil, blood, sweat, and tears. And,
Yeah.
people only see the end product, they don't see the journey, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And most greats like yourself, as you say, you start backing people, because I see you've sung with Regina Bell and Jennifer Holliday and Cool in the Gang, Gerald Albright. Yeah, I've done my research.
Listen, if you go online and you punch up, every once in a while I go online and I punch up, was it All Music? Go to allmusic.com and you look back and you see all the artists that you work with, all the songs that you've done vocals on or arranged,
Yeah.
and like sometimes I said, I don't even remember doing half of these records. And I just sit there, my jaw drops. I certainly didn't get paid. My pocket does not reflect me doing all these
The
all
amount of
these
work
songs.
you've done.
Yeah, the
Hasn't
amount of
been-
work that I put in, my bank account does not reflect that in any way, shape, or form. But you sit back and you start, you're like Billy Ocean, uh, 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 Mariah Carey. Hell, I'm looking at it on the wall now behind me. Misha Paris. What's that? Billy Joel.
Shante
So
Moore,
yeah,
Melba Moore.
me-
Yeah.
yeah, Stephanie Mills. I've done a ton of them. So I've
Yeah,
been
but
very blessed, man.
more often than not, that's what happens. Backing vocalists make the great sound. And as you say, once people recognize that voice, they
Yeah,
go, I need that guy.
yeah,
I want
yeah,
that guy.
yeah.
Same
Thank
with
God.
Luther. Same with
Oh,
Luther.
please. Yeah.
Same with Glenn
Hmm.
Guthrie. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I want that, because they all started as backing vocalists.
That's
I
right.
wonder if there's
That's
hope
right.
for me yet. Is there hope for me, or is it too late?
Well, I haven't heard you sing, but listen, there's hope for
That's
everybody.
probably best. That's probably best.
So what'll end up happening when you start singing and I start feeling better about my career?
Even better, all I will see is if I start singing, the screen will go blank on your side.
That's funny.
Blank. So you got your deal in 1988. Is it
Mhm.
80?
Well,
And
yeah,
the
I got my
first,
deal in '87 and released in '88. Yeah. Mhm.
which was Love Supreme. Was it?
It was a Love Supreme there, a Love Supreme in Europe and in the UK, but here in America, it was Denise Williams, Free.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've been following you from the beginning right up to
Mhm.
present. And it seems like you had a different sound then, obviously reflective of the era, but it was like more of a soulful, funky house sound you had with Come
Right.
Together as one
Right.
and Love Supreme. And then it's as if you found your niche as the king of love songs and smooth soul.
It sort of feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
Uh,
does. To me, it might feel differently to you, but
well, here's the deal, and here's what happened. By the time we got to the third album, because as you just said, we had the first album, which had A Love Supreme, and then the second album, which was Come Together as One. They were both, songs that were like 120 beats per minute,
yeah,
and it was all this. And then by the time we got to the third album, time to make the third album, they said they wanted me to do a whole album of that. Everything at kind of like 118, 120. Just it's like, hey, guys,
I'm getting older. I can't keep up.
I could keep up, but at least I tell myself that. It wasn't. There was more to me musically
yeah.
than I felt like I was competing with the beat. It's like the feeling was like we were neck and neck as to who people were paying attention to. Are you getting the feeling, or are you listening to the vocals? And I was like, well, there's more to me than just the beat. And they were like, yeah, but we're doing so well. I was like, yeah, but I got some songs in me that I'd love to. and that's when I got to record the album A Dream Fulfilled,
Oh.
and that album I did a remake of I Try, and there was another song on there called I Go Crazy. It was a whole bunch of I goes or I. So so then the only thing that happened with that was my popularity in the UK had sort of diminished, but my popularity in America had started to flourish. And then I
Okay.
started,
So with
yeah,
that changeover of the pace, shall we say, and sound, your popularity in the States rose,
right,
but declined in the UK.
yes,
Now
yep,
that's strange because, well, maybe it's just amongst real music lovers. It never changed for me. The sound changed, but I was still buying and still following.
well, with the Downing family, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. But
And yeah, I mean, you got a great following in the UK. Whenever you come over, the
yeah,
place is packed, it's full. It's
yeah,
you can't get tickets. So I mean, your popularity in the UK has always remained. I don't know what they were telling you over there, but it has always remained. Trust me.
hallelujah, hallelujah. But I mean, it was weird because I used to come over there. It seemed like, well, in the early days, it seemed like every other month I was hopping on a plane to do
Right.
a TV thing or performance or recording with someone, and it was great, And then by 1991, it was kind of like, yeah, man, we're not hearing that song on this one. They're like, yeah, stay home. Like, okay, started working at home more, and then released another album. Was like, yeah, stay home. Released another one, like, stay home. So I recorded all this stuff that you see on the wall. Hopefully, and let me bring it up a little bit. Yeah, so it's all of that. So yeah, those are
Okay.
all mine. And then you got that's this over here, and so it was. I worked a lot, and then hold on, let me see. How do I do this? Let's see. Bam. So we got all of this. So just kind of give you, a little bit of insight.
Okay,
So
mister.
yeah.
You're showing off now. You're
Yeah,
showing
well,
off
hey,
now.
hey, and it goes all the way around,
Okay, okay.
So, so let me see if I can get back to the ugliness. Hold on, let's see, switch back, and the ugliness is back. There we
Oh,
go.
behave,
So,
ugliness. I noticed your little halo ring for lighting there. So
hey, I gotta like glow.
you gotta work it. You gotta work it. So the sound changed, popularity, you say in the UK changed, but it
Mhm.
raised in the States.
Correct.
And you were nominated for a Grammy
Yeah,
for All the Man
yeah,
You Need.
yep. Let me see. Where am I going? Bam, that album right there with the white in the middle. That one, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know that album, of course. But I
Hmm.
mean, it's an accolade even to be nominated. You don't necessarily have to win, but it's just the point that you were considered.
Well, speak for yourself. That's the that's the speech that that they give you. Oh man, listen, you didn't win, but
It's not
just to
about
be
the winning.
nominated,
It's
yeah,
not
it's about
about
the
the
pat on the
winning.
back.
It's about
It's
the
not about the
taking part.
winning. You were there. You were there. Of all the people that could have been, yes. So go get them, champ. You go get 'em next time.
And you're ready to strangle somebody.
Hey man, listen. I haven't released an album yet that I didn't think was like, I'm bringing home the prize. This is the one. This is the okay. This one didn't get it. This next one. This is. Oh, you'll see. And all of these records were all Grammy. In my mind, all Grammy winners.
Well, they're all your babies, right? They're
Yeah,
all your
absolutely,
babies.
absolutely.
You as the creator, you don't think, oh no, that one's not a great song. You just don't do it if you don't think it's a great song. It's
Well, yeah. I mean, that's supposed to be the mindset. I've certainly got a couple of ugly children on a few of those records, but for the most part,
yeah, but you just love them in a different way. You have to
you
love them.
you should be a psychologist or a psychiatrist because I feel like I'm sitting on a couch. Like I'm telling you, I've made some bad songs. They're not bad songs. They're just songs that didn't do as well as the other ones.
Yeah,
So.
but they're equally as good, and you love them all, but differently.
Mhm.
That's right.
You're in the wrong business, man. You're in the wrong business.
Oh, I'm too late, too old to change the business now. I'm too old. I'm stuck with this. I'm stuck with this. But I mean, so many of your songs you have just blown my mind. I mean, Stella by Starlight.
Oh man, thank you. Thank you. They,
I mean, what are
thank
you
you, man.
trying to do to me? Drive me insane? I put that on and I just get weak. I feel
Man,
like the
thank you.
strength is coming from my body. Every note is in the right place. The orchestration, the arrangement, the everything just perfect.
Thank you. Well, listen, I can't take all the credit on my own. That was with my crazy friend Ronnie Foster. We did that one together, and we did a ton of great songs together. And it's good to know that the music is appreciated because, as you know, how this business works
Yeah.
is most times it's all about the singles.
Yeah.
It's all about like that first or second single, and then people kind of, or they used to, would kind of like throw the rest away, or radio would do that as well. So it's
Yeah.
always good to hear that someone kind of did a little digging into the albums and the cuts on the album, or AKA the
Yeah.
B
I mean,
sides
I
of a
know for
cut,
them it's
and listen.
always going to be about the single that's the big one from the album. But as I say, for connoisseurs, they love the music. So tunes like "Look at Yourself in the Mirror," these songs for you. I mean, come on, single or no single, they're just top draw tunes as far as I'm
Oh
concerned.
man, thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you. And I don't know what's happening with your microphone, but your microphone just it sounds like you're in a
Really?
cave or
Hello,
something.
hello, hello. You
There
hear
you
me
go.
clearly?
Now you're back.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those are all just top draw tunes,
Oh man,
single
thank
or
you,
no
man.
single.
Thank you.
So for
Thank you. I
me,
appreciate that.
but so you've got new music out.
I do. I do. I've actually released, this is my second single that I've released since this COVID madness that we're going through. I had a song out called a few months ago called Right Where You Are, which was a return back to like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can check that one out. And I just recently released a song called So Many Good Die Young. And it's a ballad,
Now
that
I
of
know
which
that one. I know that
oh,
one.
thank you,
Yeah,
man. Well, it's,
yeah, I know that
and
one.
yeah, so it's a song that I had written with my guitarist and also someone I've been working with, even production wise, for the last few years, a guy named Randy Boland. And we were basically finishing up what will be the next album, which is to be released in February, or at least one half of the album. I'm doing two EPs. So it's called The Song Garden. And I was listening to what we had recorded so far, and I
Yeah,
said, you know what, Randy, we got some great songs on here. So we got the relationship stuff taken care of. We got a couple little beat songs in there. We got a couple little funny tunes, little dancing songs. I said, we don't have any like meat songs on there. We need
yeah.
like something of some substance. And he said that he was working on something. He said, but it was kind of sad. I said, well, let me hear what you got. And then he played me what was the beginning of So Many Good Die Young. And it was basically based on the passing of Chadwick Boseman, which was a shock
Okay.
to everybody. I mean, no one knew that the brother was sick.
Was even
And
ill. Yeah,
oh, exactly, man. So when he passed away, it was, at such a young age, it got me thinking about all the other people who have made like such a contribution to society and to life that passed away at a young age. And so we started speaking to that. And then we also put together a video for it as well. And in the video,
yeah.
you'll get to see people like Aaliyah. You'll get to see the Levert brothers, Gerald and Sean Levert, Michael Jackson, Prince, Martin Luther King. We put Breonna Taylor in there as well. So, Luther, so many people that
A
passed
real
away,
pastiche of the greats.
of all the greats, and not just music and entertainment, but
Yeah,
in life in general. I mean, when you think about it, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X passed away at the age of 39.
Yeah.
39. It just seems like they were much older than what they were, but they were 39 years old when they passed away.
It's true
So,
because when you look at the body of stuff they had done, the influence they had,
right,
you're
right, right,
thinking that they were years ahead of that because it just seems like such a mature journey
right,
that,
right,
when you then think that they are gone, but they went at 39, it's like, I mean, I
yeah,
haven't got there yet, you understand, but
right. Hey, listen. I don't know. I mean, it can be a,
yeah,
you
but I
could be
think that
a
laugh gave it away.
yeah. Well, no. I have a tick. I can't help it. Every once in a while, I laugh. Just kind of just laugh. It just happens.
Yeah, but great body of work they had, and you do think that they were older than they were, and it's when you think of how young they were, it's even more shocking.
Right, right. Well,
It's even
it
more
kind of
shocking.
makes you take stock of yourself and to see what you're doing with your life. And if you've done enough, have you given back to society in the way that they did? Have you done
Yeah,
anything that's groundbreaking? Have you brought anyone
like
else
talking to
along?
Will Downing. That's
Oh
right.
man, shoot. Hey, listen,
Groundbreaking.
you're going backwards in life when you talk to someone like me. All right.
Yeah, but that's true. You look at those people, and it does try and inspire you at least to do
Yeah.
something more, to do
Yeah, I
something more.
mean, yeah, when I was 39, I had not done anything like they have done. I mean, I made a
Yeah,
musical contribution, but and I'm still doing it. So it's
yeah.
just a wake-up call to make people realize that tomorrow is not promised. All the old sayings that you hear, that you used to hear old folks say, to live each day like it's your last. Tomorrow's not promised. You know, why put off today, or why put off tomorrow what you can do today,
Yeah,
that sort of stuff. All those old sayings, they start to mean
platitudes.
something.
Yeah, they come back and you go, actually, they do have meaning.
Actually,
They do
they
have
really
meaning.
do. They
And
really
kind of
do.
when you're younger and a little less mature, you don't appreciate things
Right,
as much
right,
as when you get
right,
older, you have a different view. And I mean, even look where we are now, that the things you took for granted at the beginning of the year, being able to just walk down the road and go into a shop, go into a
right.
chemist, go,
Very true.
get on a train. You took it for
Right.
granted, and within minutes,
Yeah,
taken away,
yeah.
So
Crazy, man.
lot to think about. But I want to get to the Will Downing style, the smoothness, the look at his eyes. He's like, what is he talking about? No, just the way
Hey,
you
you
put
see,
it together.
I'm like, I like I shaved my head really well. That's nice and smooth today. That's about it.
Just how you put it together, always in a nice suit, nice jacket, you keep that a hat that matches. I pay attention to these things, don't worry. Look, we've even got on a chain that is similar. Okay.
Yes. Yours is probably real. Mine is fake. I probably have to turn it in by a certain time.
But you cultivated that style over the years.
Well, I've always been taught, especially from a style standpoint, like you don't need to look like the person sitting in the front row watching the show. You know, if
Okay.
you if you're going to be an entertainer, then be an entertainer.
Yeah.
Always try to look your best. Always try to represent yourself and your family to the utmost. Always look good because, listen, 50 years from now, someone's going to see this interview and kind of go, yeah, okay, the brothers was clean. They were halfway intelligent. At least one of them was, you know,
And he's got, yeah, they had it going on.
and they
Absolutely.
had
But
it
I
going
think
on. Yeah,
we come from that generation of,
right.
your parents saying, you represent me when you are
Yeah,
out.
there you go.
So
There you
you
go.
can't be out looking any kind of way that's not correct
That's right.
because it
That's
comes
right.
back to me.
Yeah, yeah. And listen, man, we grown ass men. So as Cedric the Entertainer says, I'm a grown ass man. Listen, I can put my sneakers on anytime, man. But you
Absolutely.
want to represent the culture, you want to represent yourself, you want to represent the family. And what I do is all representative of who I am. So even with the music, I was raised on R&B. on soul, on jazz,
Yeah.
on all of that. So when I do what I do, I piece it all together. And if you listen to the music, this is the look, and all these
That goes
looks.
with it.
That's what's in your mind. You don't, you know, you don't see a brother in a hoodie, you know, or a hat turned to the side, or it's like there's something that comes along.
And I guess there
with,
is room for that, because there obviously is room for that, because it's out there and doing very well, but it's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody, and not to mention, R&B of today is not the R&B of my era, of yesterday. So, it changes, but I'm not going to, I can change musically a little bit and incorporate what folks are doing now into what I do, but people know fraud when you see one. So I'm not going to change who I am, to kind of fit what, today's
So we won't be seeing Will Downing with his pants hanging down anytime soon.
Hey, listen, if you see me walking with my pants hanging down anytime soon, pull me by my pants and pull them joints up.
We know something's not right. We know something's not right.
Like Will must have hit his head or something.
Exactly. We need to get him to a hospital.
Quickly. Quickly.
Well, it's great to hear that you've got new music out and you were able to do all of that in spite of, the craziness of the lockdown. And has it affected anything with your music, or has it just been smooth sailing with the release?
Well, it's been smooth sailing. I think if you listen to the music that I've released during these crazy times, you probably couldn't tell that it was done, that everyone was working from home. Like I cut all my vocals here, and I've been doing that for years. The only crazy part is I haven't seen another musician since March. So,
wow.
but we're all pretty proficient at what we do. So I can send something to the guitar player, and he has a studio at home as well. And he'll cut something, he'll send it to me, and I'll say, whether I like it, whether I don't like it, what we can fix, what we can keep, what we're going to throw out. And then we do the same thing with a bass player, with a drummer, with the background vocals. Obviously, I've got that covered here. I can just yell upstairs and ask, your favorite singer from your favorite group, like, hey, can you please do me a favor and just come downstairs and sing on something, and ask my daughter to do the same thing. And, we just do it. We just been sending files back and forth all over the globe, Frankenstein and this project together.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is, it's like you're sending files, but you're not flying back and forth. So as we said earlier, in some ways it might be easier.
Easier, but I tell you, I do miss the camaraderie. I do miss the back and forth. That's how music is made. When you're sitting with someone or with a group of people, and the vibe starts happening, and people start throwing ideas, or if you're in the studio all at one time, and the bass player might do something that might inspire the guitar player to do something. The guitar player might do something that might inspire the keyboard player to do something. The keyboard player might play something that will inspire the vocalist to do something. The vocalist will do something that might inspire the background vocalist to do something. So it kind of goes round and round, and that's how music's made.
It is all about the vibe and the energy of being together, and how you inspire each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what's next for you? Tell me.
Well, we're going to get this new record out. Matter of fact, we are working on the artwork today for this next record that'll be coming out the 1st of February, really. And yeah, man, we're going to see what it does. Once again, it's called The Song Garden. And it'll actually, let me rephrase it. It's called The Song Garden Part 1. So it'll be a 2-parter. And that's what's coming.
So there is a part 2 already, or that's in the making?
We're in the making. We're about 3 songs into part 2 right now.
So tell us what they're called again, because people, I want you to go out there and get it.
The songs that are out right now is So Many Good Die Young.
All right.
And you can go online and download it. And also there's a great video for it on YouTube. And then prior to that, I had a dance tune, which was entitled Right Where You Are. And just punch in my name, Will Downing, Will Dynamite, whatever you want to type in there. And it'll pop up, and you'll get to hear, some of the new music and songs that will be on the upcoming project as well. So,
and the album is called?
The Song Garden.
The Song Garden. Okay.
Yeah. And you can pay if you want to pick up the other stuff, the other albums that I had out in the beginning of last year. There was Bam, Romantique,
Okay. Yes.
Part 1, and then there was Romantique. Come over here, get over here, don't move. It was Romantique. Let's see, Bam, Part 2. So
All
both
right.
great records. Yeah, so you can pick those up as well. So
You're a
get 'em
genius.
now.
You've been doing all of this in this time and just, you know,
Hey,
well
listen, we
done
all
to
can't.
you.
Thank you, man. We all can't be good looking and smart like you. So I just got to do what I
Oh,
do.
listen,
You know.
stop that. Listen, well done to you. And, you know,
Thank you.
praises for representing, still representing and keeping it up there, keeping the standard up there.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Musically,
Appreciate that.
vocally, and of course, dress sense.
hey, I gotta turn this suit in a few hours, man. You know, jacket's on loan. I gotta take it back to the pawn shop. You know.
I don't think so. But anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure.
All mine, sir.
Thank you
Thank
so
very
much for taking time to talk with us, because I know busy, even though we're in lockdown, I can see you've got a lot going on. So we really appreciate you taking
you,
a
man.
little time to shoot the breeze with us here in London.
Man, truly my pleasure, man. Truly my pleasure. I can't wait to get back there and to perform live. You know, looking
I'm
forward
going to
to
be
that
the
as
one
well.
in the front row you were talking about.
There you go.
The one earlier
In the
I'm
blue
one.
shirt.
In the blue shirt, that's right. In the front row of the audience. It will be
You
me.
got it. Look forward to it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Take care
All
and
right.
all the
See
very
you.
best.
Thank you. And I'll tell the boss you said hey too.
Please do tell her, listen, one of my all-time favorite tunes, Music in the Street. I'm
I
sorry.
hear music in the street.
Absolute anthem.
I will tell her.
A regular on my playlist.
Smart man. There you go.
All the very best to you and yours.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Appreciate it.
And we
Thank
look
you.
forward to seeing you in London very soon as the
You got it.
madness is over.
Please. Quicker than, sooner than later. Yeah.
We
Get back
hope.
to work. Yeah.
You take care.
All right, Barrett. You
All
got
the
it.
best. Bye.